Good afternoon, I'm Krista Don One, and welcome to Messy News U. Today's top story, Mr. O.J. Simpson could have found himself in a very peculiar and sticky situation, get it, in his parole hearing. Now, there was details that was levied out in this proceeding that could have Mr. O.J. Simpson spend the rest of his life in jail. There was reports out there that suggested that Mr. O.J. Simpson played with his twits and berries trying to get a come up. Get it? And these allegations, if they were true, could land Mr. O.J. Simpson in more time in his prison sentence. Now, also there was reports that Mr. O.J. Simpson had a Cookie Monster syndrome in him. He also was reported stealing and eating cookies in prison. Female guard also took the stand, and she also reported an encounter with Mr. O.J. Simpson. She said, quote, she was making her rounds and she noticed that Mr. O.J. Simpson, who by the way was in his own jail cell, was getting his jerk on. He was like a squirrel trying to get his nut on. Now, she also reported that she was shocked and astonished and appalled by this situation. When the judge asked the female guard, was she shocked and astonished, that she was shocked and astonished and appalled by this situation. When the judge asked the female guard, was she shocked and astonished because he exposed himself to her, she said no. She always thought that O.J. Simpson was a BBC, but he's a little man with a little dick syndrome. Other news, excuse me. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Breaking news. What Mr. O.J. Simpson said in his speech, his victory speech. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. O.J. Simpson.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The first person I like to thank is the Lord Almighty. God rest his soul. Thank you for answering my prayers. The second person I need to thank is Yellow. Now, thirdly, I like to thank and I would like to apologize to my victims in the robbery. The victims in the robbery.